I am Chandler with SkillAbove, RV testers. We sell tech tools for RV technicians. I'm sure you're here because you're interested in or how our tools work. This right here is the step tester. What this allows us to do is this allows us to plug into the coach. It also, over here, we plug into the steps. So at the steps underneath the RV, you're gonna have a step controller right underneath there, and it's gonna have a 4-pin connection. You unplug the 4-pin connection and we're gonna plug in line. So we're actually teeing into the system. Then you're gonna see a green wire coming off those steps, and it's gonna be going to the chassis somewhere. It's a ground. Well, we have a green wire with a clip, and you're going to clip this onto that same ground on the chassis. And why we're doing this is so that we can verify that we have good power and ground coming to the steps. So right down here, we have a power light. We clip on, we are powered up through this harness right here from the coach. And if this light is not lit up, then we do not have power or ground, one of the two. We don't know which one. But then we take this ground off and we go to a known good ground. If our light comes on, then it's a ground issue. That's why your steps were not working in the first place. Does that make sense? If we go to a known good ground and the light still does not come on, we have a power issue. So we need to check fuses and all that other stuff. But you guys remember how we deal with low Z on Monday on the fuse panels? Well, the steps are one of those issues that if the fuse blows, the light inside the fuse panel will not light up. And then you take your voltmeter and you test, and if you're testing on volts DC, it's gonna give you 13 volts going out to your step controller, but there's no current behind it. So what we've done with this is actually a load tester. So it's actually putting a load on that circuit, and it would actually make that light up inside that fuse panel. Okay, so it's gonna give you an accurate reading. So that's just for the power light. So that's step one, verifying that we have power and ground. If we're good there, the next thing we need to do is open and close the door. So there's a light for the door switch. When we open and close the door, the light should turn on and off. Now there's two different door switches for these motorhomes. There's a normally closed switch and a normally open switch. So I can't tell you which one you should have, but what we're looking for is when you open the door versus close the door, we should see the light change states. That's what we're after. I don't care which way it is, all right? Then we have the step lock switch. So you typically will have a step lock switch down by the steps so that you can lock the steps in the out position. Well, we're gonna turn that switch on and off, and we're gonna verify that the step lock switch light comes on and off. We also have an ignition switch signal. We're gonna turn the ignition switch on, turn the ignition switch off. This light should change states. This is going to override the step lock switch. If we turn the ignition on, it should suck the steps in. So we can verify that the coach is doing what the coach should do with all of these lights over here. Now, the other side is buttons. So let's say that our door switch isn't working. We verified that by opening and closing the door, and the switch light did not, or the door switch light did not change states. Now I can become the door switch, and I can open and close the door. So I'm emulating that, and I'm able to get the steps running and out to verify that the controller is doing what the controller should be doing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so that's the step tester.